One thing we're missing is exercises. So that part, you're going to have to fill that gap yourself. We're just going over the book and I'm explaining to you to clarify for you what's in the book. And all of the practice is on you. And you need to find it out somehow. Now we want to talk about the next naSoob. Out of how many, by the way, how many naSoobs are there for the verb? 4. That's correct. Yes, Ibn Ajurrum said 10. Correct. But really, there's only 4. And Ahmed Zaini Dahlan, who explained Al-Ajurrumiyyah, he says there's only 4. But the author broke them into 10 to make it easier. So now we're on the third one. And so the author says, may Allah have mercy upon him. Asl, original text. Wabi idhan, and the verb is made ManSoob by idhan. Then, it means then, or therefore, or as a result, etc. Musaddara, when it comes in front of the sentence. When it comes in the front of the sentence. But, if you noticed, if it means idhan, if it means therefore, that means there should be something ahead of it. So that it could be the result. So that means there's a prior sentence, and then you're going to start a sentence by saying, idhan, therefore, or if that's the case, then, and then you talk. So, wabi idhan musaddara, sad, dal, ra. It means advanced ahead. Put in the forefront. What do you call the chest in Arabic? Sadr, the sadr. Wa huwa mustaqbal, and it needs to be for the future. These are all conditions. If you remember, why did Ibn Hisham start with len? He started with len, he told us, because len is very firmly rooted in the powers of naSoob. In other words, len would not be other than a naSoob for the verb. So he started there. And everything else, the other 3 that is, they might not be naSoobs. They could be or they might not be. They would be if all their conditions are fulfilled. So we talked about K. We said K, that's a naSoob if it means N, and it would only mean N when there's a lam on front of it. So there's all the conditions there. And now we're at idhan, and that's a naSoob as long as all its conditions are fulfilled, he's giving them to us. Musaddara, it's in the beginning of the sentence. Wa huwa mustaqbal, it's also for the future. He's going to say, then, if that's the case, then the result shall be in the future. Muttasil, and connected to the verb. In direct contact with the fi'l mudari', not separated from it. Oh, munfasilun biqasam, or it could be disconnected from the verb by a swear. Wallahi, idhan wallahi ukrimak. Then I swear to God, I will be hospitable to you. So it got separated from the verb by a swear. naHw, such as idhan ukrimak, then I shall be hospitable to you. So all the conditions are fulfilled there. It starts the sentence. It's for the future, meaning you said before, Sa'azuruka, I will visit you. So then you were answered. Idhan ukrimak. Then I will be hospitable to you. So it's for the future. It's in direct contact with the verb. So let's see what he has here. وَإِذًا وَاللَّهِ نَرْمِيَهُمْ بِحَرْبٍ. He gave an example. Like, even, then, wallahi, by God, narmiyahum biharb, we shall throw them into war. So narmiyahum, fi'l mudari' mansoob. What made it mansoob? Even. How come even still has power over the verb if there's something between them? Because what's between them is a swear. Why does that matter? Because a swear is a versatile part of the sentence. It is very shiftable, as well as a few other things in Arabic, something else in Arabic, or another thing or two in Arabic that are versatile. You can slide them around in the sentence with ease and put them in between things and it won't harm. Ash-sharh, the explanation. An-nasibu thalithu idhan. The third nasib is even. So now this word nasib, you got to know it. I trust that you do. As well as the word ManSoob and those other words, rafi', jazim, and jar, and marfu', and majroor, and majzoom. So, an-nasibu thalithu even. The third nasib is even. وهي حرف جواب وجزاء عند سيبويه. It is a particle of response. Harfu jawab. It's a responding particle. Wajaza, and it's a reciprocating particle. Yeah, a reciprocating particle. According to Sibawayh. وقال الشلوبين هي كذلك في كل موضع. Ash-Shalubin said, this is its case in every spot, in any spot, wherever it falls, this is its case. وقال الفارسي في الأكثر. And Al-Farisi said, most of the time. The author of Al-Halabiyat, we've mentioned him already, Al-Farisi. وقد تتمحض للجواب. And even could be made purely for response only, not for reciprocation. بدليل أنه يقال أحبك. As proven by the fact that it could be said, أحبك, I love you. فتقول, and then you say in response, إذن أظنك صادقا. Then I think you're telling the truth. إذ لا مجازاة بها هنا. Since there's no reciprocation here. If someone said, I love you, and you said, then I think you're honest. That's not a reciprocation. It's just a response only. Let me know if that's not clear, please. Subhanallah. وَإِنَّمَا تَكُونُ نَاصِبَةً بِثَلَاثَةِ شُرُوطٍ. And it would only be a nasib under three conditions. الأول أن تكون واقعة في صدر الكلام. The first is for it to fall at the beginning of the sentence. Of the one who's responding, of course. So we see that it's a response. Idhan is a response. You're not going to just start talking with idhan. There had to have been some prior talk so that you would respond. فلو قلت زيد إذن قلت أكرمه بالرفع. So, had you said Zaid إذن أكرمه Zaydun idhan ukrimuhu. So someone said something. And then you said Zaydun. So that's the first thing in your sentence. Not idhan is the first thing in your sentence. Zaydun idhan ukrimuhu. So since you didn't start your sentence with idhan, then even though idhan would be connected to ukrimuhu, birraf'i, you don't say ukrimahu, nasb. Zaydun idhan ukrimuhu. So you say Zayd, then I will be hospitable to him. فلو قلت زيد إذن قلت أكرمه بالرفع. الثاني, the second, is أن يكون الفعل بعدها مستقبلا, is for the verb after it to be future tense. فلو حدثك شخص بحديث. So had someone spoken to you about, had someone had a conversation with you. فقلت إذا تصدق. And then you said, إذا تصدق, then you're honest. Then you are honest. رفعت. You're going to put it in the state of rafa'. You're going to say تصدق, not تصدق. لأن المراد به الحال, because what's intended by it is the present. When you said, then you are truthful. You are truthful. So that's the present tense. Then you're not going to make it ManSoob. الثالث ألا يفصل بينهما بفاصل غير القسم. And the third condition is that nothing comes between them, no barrier comes between them other than a swear. naHw idhan ukrimak wa idhan wallahi ukrimak, such as idhan ukrimak. So idhan is in response to something prior that was said, and then it came as reciprocation for that prior notion and was in direct contact with the verb and was for the future. Then you're going to say idhan ukrimak, then I shall be hospitable to you. And also you can insert a swear in between. Idhan wallahi ukrimak, then by God I will be hospitable to you. It's still going to have the same powers. وقال الشاعر, the poet said, إذن والله نرميهم بحرب تشيب الطفل من قبل المشيب. So the poet is responding to something. So إذن, it's in the beginning of his sentence. And the only thing between إذن and the verb is a swear, wallahi, and the verb is for the future. So it means he's saying, then by God we shall throw them into war. A war that makes the babies go gray before the time of gray hair sets in. ولو قلت إذا يا زيد قلت أكرمك بالرفع. وكذا إذا قلت إذا في الدار أكرمك وإذا يوم الجمعة أكرمك كل ذلك بالرفع. And so, if you were to say إذا يا زيد, then oh Zayd, أكرمك, you don't say أكرمك, because that's not a swear. Yeah, Zayd, that's not a swear. That's a calling. But didn't I say to you that a number of things in Arabic are very shiftable? You can slide them between things and it won't harm the meaning. So the swear is one of them, and calling is one of them. That's why he gave this example. You might say, okay, why he pick this one? Is he just giving some random examples? La. Here are examples of things that are shiftable. They can slide around in the sentence easily. Coming in front of things, behind things, and in between things. So if you were to say, idhan ya Zaydu ukrimuk, that's correct with rafa, dhamma. Not ukrimak. وكذا إذا قلت, likewise, if you were to say, إذن في الدار أكرمك, then in the house I will be hospitable to you. Here you have jar and majroor. That's also something that slides around in the sentence easily. But in this case, since it came between even and the verb, and it's not a swear, although it is something that can move around in the sentence like a swear, even lost its power, and then you say ukrimuk, the dhamma in the state of rafa. Even fi dari ukrimuk, wa idhan yawm al-jumu'ati ukrimuk, and also here yawm al-jumu'ah, that's a dharf. We're going to call that prepositional nominal. Prepositional nominal, dharf. As opposed to a prepositional particle. It's like a noun that has the meaning of a harf jar, of a preposition. That's why the chapter of prepositions in English is very big. If you look into a grammar book and you open the book of prepositions, the chapter of prepositions, if you open the chapter of prepositions, you'll find it big. Why it's so big? I say because according to the standard of Arabic, what they did was they took prepositional particles and prepositional nominals, and then they put them all together in one chapter, so it became very large. Whereas in Arabic, dharf is its own chapter, its own case, and its own category. And harf jar is its own chapter, its own category. So, وَإِذًا يَوْمَ الْجُمُعَةِ أُكْرِمُكَ, then on Friday, I will be hospitable to you. كُلُّ ذَلِكَ بِالرَّفْعِ. كُلُّ ذَلِكَ بِالرَّفْعِ. All of that is by rafa, because what he's saying is the only thing allowed to come between even and the verb, if all the other conditions are satisfied, is a swear. And what would be his proof for that? His proof for that is tracking the Arabic language. Had they found it differently, they would have said differently. So that's all I have prepared for you today. Yani, I didn't prepare more. As you see, that's the end of my file here. I've been taking shots from my own personal. This is my asl. The asl here, asl. Asl means origin or source. So your asl is the book that you took. You put your harakat and you took your notes and put your notes in the side and everything and made your corrections. And it became now a personalized copy. That's your asl. So what you see on your screen, this is my asl that I took. When I took Qatrun Nada. But if I get a PDF for this, then it'll be easy for me to just keep scrolling, inshallah. But the next one is actually very important and detailed. Now we're going to talk about N. Didn't the author say he saved to talk about N for last because it's long? So Next week, inshallah, we'll compensate. We'll make up for the short lesson. Yes, it is Nawasib, and yes, Bab if you want. It's Bab, what they call Bab. Each chapter has Bab. It's like the mother of the chapter. So the Nasibs, they have Bab, and the Jawazim, and all those things. Kana and its sisters, and Inna and its sister. So Kana is Bab and Inna is Bab. So N is the mother of the chapter, but he didn't start with it. He ended with it. Any other question?